Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew from AR Media. In tonight's video, I want to review Baby Driver in 4K UHD Blu-ray. Now, I watched this on Apple TV a couple days ago and gave you my impressions of the movie, so I don't want to go over that here. You could check out that in the other review, but I will say that I was thoroughly impressed with this movie. Great thrill ride along, great action sequence, and great directing. Highly recommended. Now let's get to the picture quality. Now this is a Sony transfer, and this is a 2K digital intermediate upscale to 4K. And what that brings is a very nice increase in detail and a very nice increase in depth. Now the increase in detail here is very nice over the Blu-ray, but for a Sony release, I have come to expect level of detail that is really just impeccable and razor sharp, and I will say on this, it's not as razor sharp as I would like it to be. Now that may have to do with how it was filmed. So this was filmed using digital cameras as well as shot on film, and it was the 35mm is the master format here, so you will see some grain on the screen. And the grain really does not affect the picture at all. The UHD actually resolves the grain nicely. It adds a nice layer of filmic grain on it. But what I will say is that it does take away from the sharpness on close-ups. I think that's why I'm a little disappointed with it as a Sony transfer, but that really has nothing to do with the movie. I do wish the close-ups were just a little sharper though overall. Now let's get to the depth. The depth here is incredible. Between the car chases, between the city landscapes, between the overhead shots, you will see layers upon layers here, and it looks fantastic. Now let's get to HDR. So I already watched this in Apple TV Dolby Vision, and the HDR does not disappoint in any way. The colors pop off the screen when it's really meant to. So for explosions, for car chases, for the actual colors on the cars, for bright daylight city scenes, you will see all those colors pop. Now where this lacks in the colors popping is the nighttime scenes. I didn't find that the colors stood out enough in the nighttime scenes unless it was a scene like an explosion or a high chase action sequence, but in regular scenes I didn't find that oomph and that pop, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like that may just be how the director intended it to be. Now dark levels here are also fantastic. There's a lot of nighttime scenes, and the blacks are inky black on this, and very good all around. Now I do think the Dolby Vision version color-wise adds a bit more pop and a little more vibrancy and nuances to the color, but nothing night and day here, and nothing you'll really notice. Now next we're going to go over the sound, and this has a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. And for those who have seen the movie, you know how important sound is in this movie. This soundtrack basically is a main character in this movie. When there's not music playing, you will definitely notice it. Everybody in the movie will notice it. It really stirs things up when the music is off, and the Atmos soundtrack really brings that music to life. Great overheads and great soundtrack used in this movie. Anyway guys, this is a highly recommended disc by me. I recommend either the Apple TV 4K Dolby Vision version or the disc. I do find the sharpness on the disc is a bit better, but overall I think the colors are very comparable. The HDR on this is fantastic. The Dolby Vision on the Apple TV Baby Driver was also great, and just a highly recommended disc all around. So let me know if you guys are going to pick it up in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this review. Throw me a like if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and have a good night guys.